Warning, lethal amounts of cringe ahead. Enter if you dare.
Hello everyone, well today we'll be reading my Wimpy Kid Do-It-Yourself book. Here I am before I underwent the transformation. And then we have Greg over here, who's a Satanist. So clearly, yeah, we're off to a great start. As you can see, this book belongs to, and if found, please return to the address. As you can see, yes, that is my actual legal name, and this is my address. Alright, let's see what Greg has to say. Okay, this is your book now, so technically you can do whatever you want with it. And then I drew Greg right here throwing the wad of the paper at Rowley, but as you can see, the book is alive and it says I have feelings. But if you write anything in this journal, make sure you hold on to it, because one day you're gonna show people what you were like when you were a kid. Wow, he was so incredibly smart and witty even back then. It's true. And then a statue, Greg, our sociopathic god. Yeah, this was when I initially first found out about the whole thing about Greg being a sociopath, and you could tell I did it to death. Whatever you do, just make sure you don't write any quote-unquote feelings in here, because one thing's for sure, this is not a diary. Okay, though, before we continue, I do want to say that I had the idea for this video like last night at like 2:30 in the morning, along with like 5 other video ideas. And so this is really spur of the moment, and you could probably hear my mom singing in the background. Just ignore that. Okay, so we have our desert island picks. For video games, I picked Switch, PC, well, that got replaced by Steam Deck, and phone. I thought I was a late epic LMAO hacker by choosing consoles, not actual games. But as you can see by Zelda games, there were like 2 or 3 owners of this before me. Let's see, songs. Everything is Awesome, certified banger. Loaded Diaper, which song? And Darkness No Parents, again, certified banger. And then we have Greg right here again playing a game that's And then for books, we have Game Guidebook, encyclopedias, Guinness World Records, and Ripley's Nerd. Movies, Disney Plus, Netflix, HBO Max. Again, the epic LMAO hacker. But as you can see, I did write the Lego movie, and then I can't remember what was it. Wait, no, it says Turbo, and then Alvin and the Chipmunks. I think I was talking about the TV show on Nickelodeon. You know, the one where they barely look like chipmunks. And then we have Manny over here, who's so happy. Now, it may not seem like things are that cringe now, but trust me, it's gonna get worse. Have you ever gotten a haircut that was so bad you needed to stay home from school? Joke's on you, I'm homeschooled. Have you ever put suntan lotion on a grown-up? No. Have you ever been bitten by an animal? No. Have you ever been bitten by a person? I wish. Have you ever tried to blow a bubble with a mouthful of raisins? No. Have you ever peed in a swimming pool? Probably, but Manny's weird. Have you ever been kissed full on the lips by a relative who's older than 70? No. Have you ever been sent home early by one of your friend's parents? I don't know, but it sure wasn't with a gun in hand. Have you ever had to change a diaper? No, and I'm glad I haven't. Now, it may not seem like things are that cringe now, but trust me, it's gonna get worse. Have you ever gotten a haircut that was so bad you needed to stay home from school? Joke's on you, I'm homeschooled. Have you ever put suntan lotion on a grown-up? No. Have you ever been bitten by an animal? No. Have you ever been bitten by a person? I wish. Have you ever tried to blow a bubble with a mouthful of raisins? No. Have you ever peed in a swimming pool? Probably, but Manny's weird. Have you ever been kissed full on the lips by a relative who's older than 70? No. Have you ever been sent home early by one of your friend's parents? I don't know, but it sure wasn't with a gun in hand. Have you ever had to change a diaper? No, and I'm glad I haven't. Let's see, personality test. What's your favorite animal? Any kind of Pokemon. And then I wrote down the adjectives. Sussy when human? What? What's your favorite color? Orange. What's the title of the last book you read? Lord of the Rings. Nerd! What's the name of your favorite movie? Shrek. And then, yeah, there's not much here. Here we have some unfinished comics, so here's our example. Gee, look at our cat, Dad. He sure looks scared. He's not scared, he's frozen stiff, and I told you like a billion times, do not leave him outside at night. Suey mama! And then here's the one I did. There's a bag full of candy, isn't it? Now, if it was, I'd be living in it. Zooey mama. But I'm gonna be honest, this picture's pretty funny. And then here's the make your own comics page. Pokemon comic. There's me back when I was in my Pokemon phase. And then I'm getting invited to Smash Bros. And then you can see Zooey Mama like half erased. SMG4 comic. Mario's browsing history. Yes, I was also into that. And let's see, there's SMG4. Mario's sleeping. And then he goes to check the history, and then it's all spaghetti. What's in your brain? So here in Greg's brain, there's video games, weekends, TV, sleep, food, movies, girls, and music. And then let's take a look at my brain. Math, nerd. Video. Okay, so when I say video, I wasn't actually making videos at this time. Instead, I was schizophrenically talking into my mirror like I was. Sleep, I never really valued it nearly as much as I do now. Weekend, food, women, memes, gaming, family, school, Jesus, TV, and Tales of Thunder, which is Thundercell's old name. Predict the future. I officially predict that 20 years from now, okay, so that would be 2038, cars will run on solar energy instead of gasoline. I mean, some will. A cheeseburger will cost $25 and a ticket to the movies will cost $75. Pets will have their own TVs. We already have that. Underwear will be made out of ham. Beer will no longer exist. A boy named Jack Nelson will be president. There will be more babies than people. This implies that babies are not people. The annoying catchphrase will be Gaga Guga Dinkle Sahab Mi Bi De Trove. Trick question. In 2024, there's at least 30 annoying catchphrases. And now, when I'm recording this in 2025, there's like 50. Aliens will visit our planet in the year 2010 and make the following announcement. Your species is a disgrace. Okay, I think I initially wrote like 2020 or 2030 here, but I thought I erased that and thought it'd be funny if I wrote 2010. The number one thing that will get old on people's nerves in 20 years from now on will be flying cars hitting their heads. And here's more of that. In 50 years, robots and mankind will be locked in a battle for supremacy. False. There will be no battle. We'll be happy with our robot overlords. Parents will be banned from dancing within 20 feet of their children. Also false. People will have instant messaging chips implanted into their brains. Yeah, that's already happening. Your 5 bold predictions for the future. Each person is a country, honestly believable. The dinosaurs will have been brought back. COVID will be a sentient species. Robots will not exist, only droids. Yeah, that's wishful thinking. The YouTube revolution. Susan will be beheaded by Mr. Beast.
I'm just imagining like a French Revolution with a storming of the algorithm, and Susan watches Key or whatever being beheaded by Mr. Beast.
Vive la Mr. Beast! Okay, right here we have predict your future. Answer these questions, then check back when you're an adult to see how you did. When I am 30 years old, I will live 3 miles from my current home. I will be married. Okay, this is nuts already. I'll have 4 kids and a chocobo named Jesuit. I will work as a and make $1.115 billion a year. I will live in a mansion on a prairie? I don't know. I'll take a motorcycle to work every day. I'll be 6'4". I'll have the same haircut I do now. I'll have the same best friend as now. Okay, that was Cap. I'll be in really excellent shape. I will listen to the same kind of music. Yeah, that's good. And I'll visit 35 different countries. Things that will change the most about me between now and then will be I will have gotten a job. Okay, past Aiden, yeah, a lot more is gonna change. And then continuing from the last page, we're doing the same exact thing, but we're using dice. Now, I didn't have dice on me, so I just put in what I wanted. A mansion, beach, 2 kids, a pet dog, cat, and turtle. I was gonna be a whatever you want. I heard that pays well. A car and over 100 million a year. See, I even put the over myself. Then we have design your dream house. As you can see, Greg did his like a layout. No bathroom. And then for some reason, I decided to do the exterior of mine, and it's like a full-on palace. Friends Hall of Fame. Most likely to fall asleep in class. My dad. Most likely to faint at the sight of blood. I wrote Serena, but I was at the peak of my Pokemon phase, so... Cringe. Most likely to become president, and then Fluttershy was wrote in here. Why so chunky? Most likely to accidentally wear pajamas to school, and then there's like a griffin or something. Most likely to become a billionaire. Me. The ego I used to have. Most likely to be on a reality TV show. Leighton, he's this kid I knew in like 3rd grade or something. Aiden, you idiot, you're just naming people. Yeah, I was. Most likely to join the circus, Patrick. Most likely to set a world record, Sawyer. Yeah, that's my dog. He's not nice. A few questions from Greg. What's the worst thing you ever ate? Pickles, olives, and cucumbers. Yes, that is still relevant. How many steps does it take you to jump into bed after you turn off the light? 0. Like, my bedroom's basically the size of a postage stamp. That's why I'm not recording in there. And yeah, I can literally get from my door to my bed in less than a second. How much would you be willing to pay for an extra hour of sleep in the morning? Kiss your butt. Have you ever pretended you were sick so you could stay home from school? Again, the homeschooling thing, I can't really go anywhere. Does it get on your nerves when people skip? No. Did you ever do something bad that you were never busted for? Yeah. Ooh, boy, some more unfinished comics. Ugly Eugene. Hi, Mom, I'm Eugene. You're ugly. No, I'm not. Hey, will you go out with me? No, you're way too ugly. Nuh-uh. Yeah, go look in the mirror. Fine, I will. Shoot. And then there's the one I did. Ugly People Anonymous. Hi, y'all. I think I'm pretty. Y'all think I'm pretty, right? If that were the case, you wouldn't be here. Yeah. Crap. And then there's the comic of whoever owned this before me. I cannot tell what is happening here in the slightest. Which would you rather do? Sleep in the bathtub or sleep in your parents' room? Yeah, honestly, like, come on, the bathtub, man, really? Like, it's the parents' bedroom is still a bed. Eat the same food at every meal for the rest of your life, or watch the same TV series. Same TV series. If it's like a really good one, then yeah, I can watch it for a really long time. Have the power to turn invisible for only for 10 seconds at a time. Have the power to fly but only 2 feet off the ground. Invisibility, honestly, like, you can do a lot with those 10 seconds. Go without television for a month or go without the internet for a month. TV. Yeah, those two are basically one and the same now. Spend the whole night in a haunted house. Spend 1 night in a room full of 1 minute in a room full of spiders. Yeah, the haunted house. Like, the ghosts will just scare you. Those spiders can do some horrible things. Be the main actor in a really bad movie or have a small part in a really good movie. Yeah, the second one. Wear the same Halloween costume every year or wear the same pair of socks for a week. I already do the second one. Try to sell chocolate bars for your neighbors for a fundraiser or give up candy for a month. And the first one. Be so famous that everyone knows who you are. Live a quiet life and have complete privacy. Second one. Have the power to predict the future and power to see into the past. First one. Get a free pass from taking a shower or a bath. Or get a free pass from doing your homework. None of those will really work for me. Have all the world's music or video games for free. Second one. Good advice for next year's class. Don't use the bathroom on the second floor because there aren't any stall doors in there. Could you hand me some toilet paper? Please don't talk to me. Be careful who you sit next to in the cafeteria.
That cookie is mine!
Don't pick your nose right before you get your school picture taken. Now, where did that booger go? Next! And then what did I write? Poop. Draw your family the way Greg Heffley would. Okay, so my dad is basically Roderick with a mustache, but my mom was an entirely different deal entirely. And then I tried to recreate my own family tree. I went pretty far back, all the way to the 1810s, but yeah, it's not that good looking. Your favorites and your least favorites. So on my favorites, I edited it a bit. TV show, Pokemon Phineas and Ferb, Crush 40, Lions, Pizza, Keanu Reeves, Mint and Tacos. Then, damn, I was such a normie. Here, yeah, I'm gonna write that in. Puma store. Root beer. I don't have a favorite cereal. Superhero? Spooderman. Candy? Chocolate. Vito's. It's a restaurant that used to be around. Athlete. The Walk. Switch. Marvel. Magazine. PP Monthly. What's PP Monthly? And then car. Limousine. And then I did put a few things in least favorites, but most of it's poop. Voyager, a magazine. Record your finest moments. Best dream. Where do I start? Yeah, y'all might have seen the video. Then best photo, funniest quote. And then what was this? No quote, only pony. Yeah, I have no idea what this is trying to recreate. Coolest award, best meal, pizza. Best Halloween costume, Pinky's chicken was funny, not gonna lie, but I don't think that's a chicken. I think that's like a leprechaun thing. Best athletic feat, and then I can't even tell what's happening. I think it's like a sonic rainbow. Things you should do before you get old. Stay up all night. I've gone until like 1, 2 in the morning. Ride on a roller coaster with Ruben. I haven't done that. I have 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 done that. I've done that. I have not done that. I have done that. I have done that. I have not done that. I have not done that. I have done that. I have done that. I have not done that. I only have a few more to go. And then make your own time capsule. And then what did I put in there? Book, TV, sword, gun, a diamond, a flag, a game console, and a tablet. The best joke you ever heard. Mario Tekka PP. Again, this was SMG4 phase. I'm a comedic genius. Why did the chicken cross the road? We even give up. Why? Well, y'all would know. 5 things nobody knows about you because they never bothered to ask. I actually do not know. And then we got Greg down here. I can put my whole foot in my mouth. You're gross! And then Gun. The worst nightmare you ever had? Oh yeah, I was at like a sleepover at my grandma's house and I had a dream where I was in the Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer universe. And then we have Greg. I vandalized the whole thing. The tarantulas have all got weapons, and we got the moon from Majora's Mask, a nuclear bomb. Nelson Muntz in the clouds going, ha ha! And then whatever that is. Rules for your family. Don't talk to me before 8 in the morning. Don't make me sit next to my brother on spaghetti night. Don't walk into my room without knocking first. Juice! And then we... lotion and tissues. Don't borrow my underwear under any circumstances. As you can see, he beat himself. And then we got my thing over here. I think I'm butt naked in this room, and I just go like, oh! And then Cringe only gets stronger from here. Be weary, traveler. Look who's talking. Your life by the numbers. Longest you've gone without bathing. Like a week and a half. Most bowls of cereal you've eaten at a time, like 2. Longest you've ever been grounded. Not very long. Latest you've ever been to school, like 9. Number of times you've been chased by a dog, plenty of times. Number of times you've been locked out of the house. Once, actually. That was an experience. Most hours you spent doing homework in one night. I don't know. Money you've saved up, like 350. Though I did actually get like 600 for my Steam Deck. That was pretty cool. Length of the shortest book you've ever used for a book report. I've never done a book report. Farthest distance you've ever walked, 5 miles. Longest you've ever gone without watching TV, 5 hours. Actually, I think I've done like longer, probably like whole days. Number of times you got picking your nose, over 2,000 times. Number of times you've gotten away with picking your nose, far, far long. Age when you learned to ride a bicycle. I didn't learn. I was lying. Longest time you spent away from home, like 10 days. Amount of time you spent watching TV a day, probably like a couple of hours. Age you picked to stay the same age forever, 21. Number of times you watch your favorite movie, at least 100. Remember from earlier, that was the Lego movie. Number of times you've flown an airplane, none. Number of times you've eaten fast food in a single day, like multiple. Number of states you've been to, 11. Basically all of the gray, and plus Indiana, West Virginia, Missouri, and North Carolina is all the stuff I... Why did I color in those? Oh, I must have been doing it ahead of time. Most pets you've had at one time, 2. Most cavities you've had in a dental appointment, 0. Longest you ever waited in line, again, I was lying. Must have been like 2 hours. Unfinished comics, a little cutie.
Mommy, did my pencil go to heaven? You ugly. Me sorry. There.
Come up with your own catchphrase. And then whoever owned this before me just drew a dinosaur with missiles going at it. In case you get amnesia, I wrote nothing. It's not like I'll get amnesia anyway. Wait, what? Who am I? Oh, it's me. And I'm in a different location. Where was I? Oh, yeah. First 4 laws you'll pass when you get elected president. Yeah, I remember those being very cringe. The baddest thing you ever did as a little kid. Nothing. Yeah, I fear that someone was gonna read this. This kid clearly does not have a brain. Oh, he does. He does. Probing questions. Have you ever eaten food that was in the garbage? I haven't. Which restaurant do you think makes the best French fries? Arby's. Yeah, personally, I think those are underrated. What's something you tried once but will never try again? There's a lot of things I would do that with, but yeah, I've been forced time and time again to try them. What's something you wish you were brave enough to do? Roller coaster. Yeah, I've done those. Everything in the Pen was written by this Olivia B. If you could eliminate one holiday. So Halloween was initially there, but I crossed it out and put Groundhog Day, which, understandable. If you could do a shopping spree at any store, which store would you choose? Aldi, Golf. What do you think? 15, understandable. Practice your signature. I don't need to. List your injuries. I got cut on the foot one time.
A few questions from Rowley.
Do you believe in unicorns?
No, I don't.
If you ever got to meet a unicorn, what would you ask it?
That's a good one.
Have you ever drawn a picture that was so scary that it gave you nightmares?
What?
How many nights a week do you sleep in your parents' bed? I don't. Have you ever tried to tie your shoes without help from a grown-up? Last I left the house. Have you ever gotten sick from eating cherry lip gloss? That would be dumb. Are your friends jealous that you're a really good skipper?
No, I gallop like a man.
Design your own sandwich, alright? So Greg is over here with the Riley. We got white bread, Swiss cheese, chicken tender, ketchup, pepperoni, lettuce, barbecue sauce, and even more bread. He calls it the Riley. Well, we got white bread and a whole bunch of chicken legs. Take a look at this. We got the all meat there, the 5 cheese. We got the Swiss, the salami, the turkey, the parmesan, the cheddar, the pepperoni, the chicken boob, the provolone, the mozzarella, and the ham. And the most important ingredient, the whoa. The biggest mistakes you've made so far. Let's see what Greg's got. Believing my older brother when he said it was pajama day at school. Taking it there, that probably wasn't worth it. I did it! You guys owe me $0.25. Giving Timmy Brewer my empty soda bottle.
Holy cow, I just won $1 million.
See what I put. Trying to use an up special to get up on the stage, but I'm too far away. Making a false move in the Alola League. I never did that. I was living delusionally. Same thing over here. Getting hit by a blue shell. Oh no! Create your own sports team. We have team name, Pigs. City. It was originally Des Moines, but it was crossed out with Monroe and Sport. Okay, I know that says baseball, but it says Baseba. The logo is a pig snout, and then we got this pig guy right here, whatever that is. Starting roster: John Williams, Cody Anderson, Bucky Smith, Ben Cardos, Soren Senvian. I have no idea who these people are. Uniform. Unfinished comics. Creighton the Cretin.
Creighton, wow's this English muffin and DVD player?
I'm not in the toaster.
Creighton, you are such a fool.
I'm wondering why it's taking so long to pop out. Then here's my take.
What is it, grape?
A raisin that has a face.
Check.
And then up here, you're not funny. My censored name. We got some make your own. Why Bob has a cloak. Okay, this is literally just a stolen gag from SMG4. Roderick's activity pages. Intelligence tester. Do this maze, then check if you're dumb or smart. Okay, I think I know what to do.
It's a trap.
Put this sentence to a mirror and then read it as loud as you can. Nora, fill in the blank below. Who's awesome? Answer this question yes or no only. Are you embarrassed that you pooped in your diaper today? And then it says no, but that's someone else. Do you want to start a band? And there's these names. I chose Nasty Lizard. P.S. If you use one of these names, you owe me $100. Form your own band. Okay, we don't got a name. We're in the rock genre. We got the logo. That's this weird lizard thing. And the letters NL. And then we got lead singer, Vector from Despicable Me, drummer, the Drobot from Skylanders, lead guitarist, Stinky Kitty, whoever that is, and bass guitarist, Espio, the Chaotix. And I only knew at the time who Vector was, so I drew this. Band Star Tet. Saturday 17th, 2000. Maybe I didn't do this. I redrew it and erased over. Okay. At Taco Bell. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Next we got Write Your Own Song, and then look at this. Diaper Overload by Roger Kefley. Now I would cover this, but the sheer perfection would probably cause someone to die, so I won't. And now we have a tour bus. As you can see, my tour bus is for Boys Club. We have 3 boys going, ay, ay, ay! And then the woman being evaporated. And then here we have the layout. As you can see, we have a back thing and a front thing. Very innovative. And then we got the ultimate road trip. I am inviting all of the best YouTubers and the Pokemon companions, all 16 of them. Things to pack, essentials, music to bring. We got hip hop, country, kids pop, rap, crazy, cartoon, and movies. That ain't no music. And Mavis. Okay. Places to see: Las Vegas, Seattle, New York, LA, Detroit, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., and San Diego. That is a really, really strange list of places, I'm gonna be honest. And then here we have a map of all those places. I've gotten better. And then we have dressing room requirements. Let's see, requirements for Explode O'Brien. If you're wondering what that is, it's exploding TNT. Remember him? But here, O'Brien. List: nukes, weapons, just in case. Camera, PC, furniture, bookshelf, posters, coat, 3x3 piston door, lamp, closet, limo, diffuser, TV, and a bed. But nukes though, do I just have a little boy precariously hanging over the doorway in case one of my enemies comes in, and then just cringe, probably in response to that goofy outfit. If you had a time machine, if you could go back in time to change the future, but you only had 5 minutes, where would you go? A few places actually. But I divide the 5 minutes between a few places. If you go back and witness any event in history, what would it be? 100 BC. Not even any specific thing, just 100 BC. If you had to be stuck living in some time period in the past, what time period would you pick? 2019. But I have to be the way I am now, because 2019 me, as you could probably tell from this, was peak cringe. If you could go back and videotape one event from your life, what would it be? 1 year old. 1 year old what? If you could go back and tell your past self one thing, what would it be? Your cringe. If you could go forward in time and tell your future self something, what would it be? 1 million. And then we got, you look ridiculous in those socks. And then we have totally awesome practical jokes. The stand on 1 foot trick. On your way home from school, bet your friend they can't stand on 1 foot for 3 minutes without talking. That's so cinchy. Step 2. While your friend stands on 1 foot, knock real hard on some crab your neighbor's front door. Huh? Step 3. Run. Wait, what? And I never put any jokes. I just copied other people's jokes, because lack of originality and... okay. Bedroom. I can barely tell what's happening here. I don't even know what this is. Oh, here we go. The fart police. One night in the suburbs. Fart police, you're under arrest! It wasn't me, it was my daughter! Don't you know, girl, down front? Nice try. You're going to the slammer. And here's what I did. Meanwhile... Fart police, you're under arrest! What's making the elevator farting? Obama made that law. It's improving to me. And then, guys, Obama made fart illegal. Oh, here we are back again at Make Your Own Comics.
Pig the Pig. Bacon, 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 bacon. Best vacation you ever went on. Branson. Pearls of Wisdom. Fish and visitors stink in 3 days. And then whoever was here before said, watch out, Don. Ah! Dude, are you okay? I turned into a sangu. Even more comics.
Extreme skaters. Yo, I bet you 50 cents you can't ollie over that rock. You are on, dude. That was so easy.
Ollie.
You still owe me 50 cents.
And here's what I put.
Yo, Pac-Man.
Design your own haunted house. Again, I didn't really... I might have cared, but yeah, that was horrible. We got Slappy. MBW. Thing Sang Pie. Murder Scene. Dracula's Castle. Yard of Blood. And then the exit.
If you had superpowers.
If you had the power to read other people's thoughts, would you really want to use it? I don't know, maybe. If you were a superhero, would you want a sidekick? Not so much a sidekick, just, someone equal to helping stuff. If you were a superhero, would you keep your identity secret? Greg, Joey fell down the well and he needs you to save him. Again. It depends on circumstances. Would you want to have X-ray vision you couldn't turn off? No. I ain't wanting to see that. Draw your friends the way Greg Heffley would. We got whatever this is. We got a face, and then... This looks familiar. I don't know why, though. A few questions from Fregley.
Do you ever put food in your belly button so you can have a snack later on?
No.
Do animals have just a thought to talk to you? Are we best friends forever, little squirrel?
Forever and ever, Fregley. No.
Has your guidance counselor ever called you unpredictable and dangerous? I can find your tickle spot!
I said no.
If you had a tail, what would you do with it?
Didn't you hear me?
Have you ever eaten a scab?
Of course not.
Do you want to play diaper rap?
You know what I'm gonna say. No.
Have you ever been sent home from school early for hygiene issues?
You probably didn't wipe good enough again, Fregley. Nah! And then at the bottom here I put... Hold on.
You want to see my second anus?
Which is honestly something like one of those Diary of a Wimpy Kid parody Twitter accounts would say. But I think it would have been funny if it had been like partially cut off. And then I made a tournament of Smash Bros. Characters. Look how accurate they look. It was Ridley versus King K. Rool at the end, but... yeah. And then we have these other comics that are just sort of there. But hold on. And then there was a preview for the rally book that came in the future, and then my own diary. Diary of a Dumb Mario. Why don't we take a little read? And then I made another cover. He says penis. By Mario. Day 1. It's me, Mario! Here's some things you want to know about me. I have 100,000 IQ. I have tons of friends. I the Nintendo boss guy. Spaghetti is lovely. Day 2. Bingus. Day 3. I love this. Spaghetti. Day 4. I was invited to Peach's castle for cake, but I did not get any. So I threw Peach in the moat. And then, reference to the first episode. Day 5. I was in downtown today at the Nintendo office building, climbing up to see what was going on in there, because I was done with Super Mario Odyssey, and I saw this. New Super Mario Brothers. Genius! Not another new Super Mario Brothers game.
What about Super Mario Galaxy 3 or Sunshine 2 or Super Mario 3D World Deluxe? They did that. But then I came up with genius. Super Mega Ultra Really Super Kingdom Men 3 Deluxe 3D/2D Deluxe U Deluxe Deluxe Final Chapter Part 2 Epilogue of Prologue Part 9 of 18,000. And then we got this guy. We got Caveman. And then we got... He's kind of like Bowser, but mean. And then the next couple of days were literally just the anime arc. And then, oh yeah, Big and Long SMG4, and then Bong SMG4, and then, oh yeah, the YouTube arc started, and then day 15, yeah, that didn't have anything under it. Oh, okay. Can we never do that again? I think I'm developing cringe sickness. And there we have it. The end of this strange, weird experience. I never put anything in the author or the acknowledgements because, you know, lazy. There we go. So, have we learned anything from our little experience? The answer is a resounding no.